C'est parti. So we are very happy to welcome Bruno today. Thank you very much, Bruno, for sharing with us your expertise about digital transformation. Sorry. So the stage is yours from now. So please be our guest. We are listening.
Thank you very much. So let me switch in English now. So you are going to talk about digital transformation, and maybe you will have at the end a new vision of what is really the digital transformation. So let me introduce myself. So my name is Bruno QUEMENER. I'm CEO of the company which is Move 2.0 Digital. So you are specialists in digital transformations, focus in innovation and data-driven. So this is what I do every day with my customer. So the content of this meeting we are going to talk about the level of maturity, because this when you talk about digital transformations, some people maybe don't really understand what is the digital transformation. So we are going to make a focus on this part on the level of our maturity. After, you are going to use the tools that you can see whether your value propositions are very unique or not, and you use this data to understand that. You will understand that after my presentation. After we talk about many mistakes that we see on project, and how we can avoid this kind of mistakes. We'll have a focus on methodology and the new trends at the end. So let me begin with the 3 stages of digital transformation maturity. This part is very, very important, because this is where you have many people who talk about the same topics with different meaning. When you talk of the first part of digitalization, what you see on this part, this is not the digital transformation. And 95% of people and on the company are doing that and think that they are doing the digital transformations. On this part, you don't change really your company. You are just implementing some process, some tools, and you still be focused on the competition. So you still be at the with the same company, with the same process, and you are focused on the price and competitions. So this is digitalizations. At the beginning, many companies begin with this part, but because they don't understand why, what is really the digital transformation. The second part, as you can see here, is the digital transformations. And when you do that, you are focused on new products, services, and business models, so you can adapt your business models. You don't push your product, but you attract customer to yourself. This is very important. So this is a new way to do digital transformations. You use data. Data is not just to see what is the situation, but it's data to define the future. So this is very important. It's data to take your strategy, focus on the strategy, and how you can do improvement on your strategy. Here, when you are in digital transformation, the second part, you are focused on customer and data, because here you have understand that digital transformations, you know that the customer is very important, and data is a way to improve your digital transformations. Without that, you are not on digital transformations. So you can see in digitalization as the first part, many companies are doing that at the beginning here, and they think they are made for digital transformations, but it's not the case. And the third one is artificial intelligence. It's not only doing artificial intelligence in your business, it's how you can automate your business model with artificial intelligence. This you have a surface. You have only few companies who can do that now. And you know them. It's Google, Amazon, LinkedIn, this kind of company, more in the United States, and if they have focus on quick adaptations of the company and the business model. So you can see these three parts very important to understand. And when I'm going to talk about digital transformations in the middle, I'm talking on that. Digitalization is just to put a new process, like you can say, or I'm going to implement a new signature, electronic signature. Okay, but this is not a digital transformation. When you are in digital transformations, the customer should have an impact with him. Because if you you implement something in your company, but you have nothing connected to the customer, you have nothing change with the customer. So you are focused on your company and not on your customer. This is very important. And we're going to have to ask you after that, but think where if you are working in your company, where do you think you are at that time? We are already in digitalizations, but maybe you don't have begin anything, but you could be in digitalization, more in digital transformation. Artificial intelligence, maybe not, because you have a few companies only. So you take a look of that, and you're going to ask you after that. This is very important to understand. Another part to understand what is your digital transformations and what is the impact. Okay, you are in a digital economy, so you can understand this quadrant. And here is more how customers perceive your business. Okay, this is very important. Advocacy, and this is many companies are on this stage. For many companies since the 1950 are working like this, because it's only handshake. You can see handshake. Okay, you are doing your business. You have your own media because you have a site, website, and you have some page in LinkedIn. So for example, many companies are doing like this. The second is attention. So, okay, this you are going to both media. This is very different because you are going to pay to have more prospect and more customer, because you are going to pay something. So you use Google ads, LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, and you are going to pay something. Even you are going to do SEO, you are going to pay for that, for your intention. The third one is authority. This is very different. Authority. So you are going to be very different, because you are going to innovate. But innovate is the way is that the customer thinks that you are a company who are very innovative. So very different on this case. And here, people talk about you and not you. You are going to talk about your company, but there are many people who talk about you because we are very different. And this is a way authority. When you are going to do digital transformations, you are at this stage. Okay, many companies begin advocacy, attention, authority, and prime. If you can be a prime, so leader on your market. And this is a new way, because you have all the media, and you are focused on customer. You want to kill customer who buy buy your competitor. Excuse me. So you can see these three quadrants, four quadrants, and where do you think that your company are? Okay, just here I'm going to see what is the difference between creativity and innovations. Because you are okay at the beginning, when you're going to think about a new way to do innovations. You have some ideas with customer pain, but at the beginning you are only here. When you are in creativity, okay, you are going to just doing some new idea, but you don't, you are not sure that you have a market for that. When you are, the market want your creativity and in your idea, you are doing innovations. So innovation compared to creativity is you have find a market for your idea or your innovations. Okay, this is very important to understand. So just you can answer on the chat just to make some. Can you answer to this both questions? What is your company maturity, and which curriculum fits the best to your company? Can you answer whether it's 1, 2, 3 in the first questions, or you can see here advocacy, attentions, authority, or prime? Can you answer the question on the chat, please?
I don't have any answer yet, but I'll let you know as soon as I have some.
Yeah. It's just important to know what the audience is, at which level of their.
So don't be shy. It will be helpful for Bruno to know. Okay, we have someone at advocacy stage.
Yeah.
Still digitalization with data analysis inside, so advocacy. I'm not sure we'll get other answers. Yeah, maybe. Oh, and Maya returns the question to you. What do you, Bruno, think about Rennes School of Business stage?
I don't know.
From what you know.
We can. We are going to do the experience with the tools. Okay. So
Okay.
I will switch on the tools who can measure that.
Okay.
Okay. Just to see what how is you can do that. Just change on that. Okay. This is a special tools I use for to see where they are. I take an example with Michelin. Many people know Michelin because this is the way you can see Michelin. So the score of Michelin is 75%. Okay. They are on stage culture of innovations. So you can see here, you are stage 1. Okay, you are not really creative. You are doing the same as everybody. You are engage on the process of innovations. You are just creative, but you are not on your market, and you are innovative. Market sees that you are very you innovate on your market. And culture innovations, every innovation you are doing, you have many innovations because it's a culture of the company. This is the tools that we use data outside on the website, and with artificial intelligence tools, we are focused on this kind of positioning. And you can see here for Michelin, it's prime. Let me see if you are doing for Rennes School of Business. Example to see Rennes School of Business. Okay, this one. We'll see the score. Let me 1 minute. Mhm. 49, not too bad. Going to be an innovator. Or here, attention, but begin to come to on the authority. So this is the way you can see in with an example of our School of Business. They are moving, but there are many they pay for intention for right now. But you see, even for school, when you are going to be innovator on school also, because you can can innovate in every business. Huh? This you are beginning of the stage, but you have not finished to be innovative or run School of Business. This is a way. And what is very important when you do this kind of strategy, you can see your positionment here, but you can see your competitor also. And when you see where your competitor, you can make your strategy and see whether they're on authority, with more intentions, or advocacy, or pride. And you are going to do a strategy about that. So you can see this kind of tools and this is focused on data. This is very important to everything you do on digital transformations, you focus on data. And this you can see here is a way with this kind of tools to see how you can do a strategy with a simple way and to see where you are, where your competitor, and where you want to go. So you can do this kind of strategy. Very important. This is an example. Another example I have. This is one customer, because we can say, well, yes, it's for a big company and so on, but this is a very small company. So one of my customer, and you see here, he asked me I'm here, and I want to be a specialist, and want the people to think I'm very specialist, and we are going to move here. Okay, so the strategy is to go from here to here with a digital transformation. If you have question, don't hesitate. So you have seen the different business case. Okay, what another part which is important? You can see many mistakes on digital transformation. So many times when you are in advocacy, sometimes it's small company or medium company, but you don't have a strategy. This is the first point. No strategy. It's a big mistake. And sometimes you are not aligned with a strategy. Okay, you have a strategy, and sometimes, but you have not aligned every business or every department on your company aligned to this strategy. This is a way, because when you see many times, you have many point of project in digital, all are different departments, but you have no strategy, and you have many tools everywhere. For what? What is the objective of that? It's very important to see why you want to use this kind of tools. It's not, yes, it's digital, so I should use it. No, sometimes we don't have to go on that stage. I can say, I need to go on cloud. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's not it's a way to do You are going to do that because your customer, you should adapt very quickly your offer and so on. Maybe the cloud is better to because of the customer. So still focus on customers. This is the main point. What you do on digital transformation. Digital transformations, you have to understand, it's not technology. Technology is a way you can use to adapt your digital transformation. The digital transformation is focused on the customer. Second part is, okay, this is what you do. Oh, I'm going to do a digital transformation and I focus only on technology. Okay, for what? This technology is very important or not? You have a market or not? You going to have a competitive advantage or not? After that, you can use some technology because you want to solve a problem or because you want to have a competitive advantage. So you are going to choose this technology, but first you are going to do your objective, and after you use some technology to achieve your strategy and your main point. You see the second point, the third point. When you talk about innovation, many people think that is only in product. Innovation, for many times in company, you have a R&D department, and they're just doing innovation on product. Do you think that Amazon have made some innovation on product? You have still have book. You have no innovation on product from Amazon. Why their success? Because they focus not only innovation on product, but in every service you can give to the customer. So you see here product innovations. You can have many innovations, not only in the product. Fourth point is to understand here when you move. This is very important to see that it's difficult for many people on the organizations. You have many impact for the digital transformations, and you have to be careful about that because you move the company, because you move the company, you are going to move the organizations, and you have an impact, human impact, and this is you have to be careful about that, and at the beginning of the project, you have to take care about this point. Very important because otherwise you are going to have many problems on your project. And here also data. You have no digital transformations if you have no data. Data is not just a reporting of the turnover. It's not that. The reporting of the turnover is just to see the past. How we have data to go and to see we are going to focus on the future and not on the past. Data is focused on the future when you do digital transformation. So this you have to understand that you have many impact to implement this, and data quality sometimes is very important part of the project. So to do that, a point very important is to see that you have some methodology to do that. Okay, you have 7 principles to do methodology when you do a digital transformation. First part is you have to know where you are, what is your main point. Okay. The second part is to know very well your customer, what they need. So what you can improve with the customer. You have to know also the marketplace, where is the competitor. Donc you have to know everywhere everything on this part. You have to know the fourth point is resources. Do you have budget to do that, and do you have the right people to do that? Because sometimes if you want to move to do innovation, to do digital marketing, is very you need some new persons on this kind of project. Where your market positions. So we are going to what you see on the tool before. You see, okay, we want to move from advocacy to authority, for example. what you are going, where you are going to find a way to move from this position to another one. This is the engine of growth. Okay, you are focused to growth, and this one is okay. For that, you have the situation of the company and the environment of the company, and here you are going to make all the project, all the tools that you're going to implement. So this is the tactics to go. This is strategy, and this is tactic to make the reality of your strategy. And you can see here, when you talk about the digitalization, the digital transformation, AI, that you have 5 blocks here, and you have to manage the 5 blocks at the same time to do the digital transformation. Some people are doing only that, and they're going to have many problems because they focus on technology. If you don't have the digital mindset on your company, also you have the problems. Also, you have to focus on digital mindset and strategy. You have to focus on your staff, customer engagement. You have also to focus on culture and of innovations. Do you have really a culture of innovation? How are you going to implement that? After the technology, but you have defined first your strategy, and the last but not the least, data and analytics that you are going to implement. So you see the 7 principles. You see a situation where you are, where you want to go, and here the block of transformations you have to do the digital transformation. So you can see that it's very different on new trends. Is why we change our strategy. You have to understand that the world has changed. The product now is very large, and you are in a digital economy. So if you want to be different, you have to be differentiate your offer. You have to be adaptable. You need to innovate, and you have to have the best customer experiences. Why for that? The customer, you have to understand when you talk about digital transformations, is because the customer have the power now. 10 years ago, it's not the case. Now, your customer have all the information of your company, have all the information of your product, can compare with other company, with other products. So you can see the situation very different now. And because the customer have the power now, you need to change your company and the way they are organized. And many companies don't have changed, even that the customer have taken the power now. So this is very important. This is the main point of the digital transformations. And when you see that, because the customer is gets the power, you have to change also the way you organize, as the way you focus on the customer. And you can see here the point is very important. So many companies now are on the push systems. So they have product offer, they use marketing and sales, and they push that to the customer. And here you are on the pull systems. Okay, here you have a customer. You do experimentation with your customer at the beginning, but a small experimentations. Okay, and after we are going, when you are sure that the first experimentation is good, you are going to do product MVP of that. And after you are going to do marketing and sales, and you push this first stages of your MVP on the customer, and with the data, you are going to improve your MVP and focus on that. Okay, so the way you change that you are not push to the customer, but you pull all your product and services, and this is a new way, new strategy to do experimentation with the customer. So you can see the differences between these both systems and then both strategy. From now here, this is the way you have many companies who are doing like this and this one, because here you are going to do many experimentations. Maybe it's not a good experimentation, but it's not very important because it's a small experimentations. So you have less risk with this kind of strategy, and you have you can see that now Google are doing many innovations in 1 year, and even if you have many innovations, it's not on the market. It's not very important. It's a way. It's a doing experimentation, and with one, you are going to have a big impact on your market. This is what is important. Just finish with this part is to see that I've give you some example of what I've seen. Here I'm this manufacturing company for construction sector, and it was in a business model B2B2C. So you can see that they build some product, and you have some people who are going to customer to install this kind of product, and they see that they don't know the customer. So for 40 years. They stay to know only one customer, the customer who pay them, but they don't know who use their product. So the way to do digital transformation is to say, okay, you need to know the customer, but who is the customer? The customer is the customer who use the product. Even you are in this kind of models, you have to know your end customer. And this is very important in the digital transformation. Here you have seen the second example is a retail store, and you were forced to move in e-commerce and deliver more service. At the beginning, there's just half product, and you can go on the retail store. But with internet and what is the difference if you don't have services, if you don't have a new way to contact with your customer? You can see that your customer has the choice now. Okay, I can buy this same product with internet. I stay in my home, or why are going to move on the store? So they have to focus on that and change the way now because of the internet. They have to move and give more services to the customer. Here also is a new it's a manufacturing also is a distribution model, and they are also obliged to provide services to end customers. Was the same way to focus on end customer, and this is part important that they are going to improve and change the whole organization because of that. So these three example to see what is impact of a digital transformation in company, even it's a big company or small company like a retail store. And I'll finish with question now.
So we don't have any question in the conversation, but if you want to ask Bruno, please don't be shy. You can share them in the conversation or open up your microphone if you wish.
If it is not clear, you can focus again in some point. Just see.
So do you have any questions?
The first one is always difficult for the question.
I go
go ahead, Maya.
Yeah.
You've talked about successful digital transformation, such as Google, for example. But when you are a regular company, how do you manage all of these expenses? Because it's really expensive and really demanding on different kind of resources. You've talked about data, people, technology, and the different blocks. How do you do when you're a regular company to succeed in your digital transformation?
Because you have to when you are with your boss, you have to think that it's not a cost, it's an invest. And if you don't see that this is an invest in the future company, be sure that you are still be competitive with because when you are in a company, you can see that you have competitor in your market, and some are going to invest on that. And if you are late, you are going to be late, and you have to going to have problem. So the first part is to say, okay, this is not a cost; it's an invest for the future of the company. And this is a way that you're going to, okay, it's a cost, but it's a cost with ROI at the end. And this is part very important. Now, the ROI is very difficult to understand, but you can understand this with your competitor. And you can see that the tools I use for that, you can see with data, you can what is really the strategy of your competitor, and give this kind of information. Okay, you have seen your competitor where they are. They are already on digital transformations. They're already moving, and you still waiting for what? If your competitors are going to move, you have to move on your market. You cannot stay like this. So the way is to say it's not a cost, it's an invest.
Thank you.
Do we have other questions? Or you can just be very simple and open up your mic if you wish. Still 1 minute if you want.
No, but ask a question. There are no, all the questions are good. Huh? So don't be shy.
Well, I will shut down the recording so that maybe if we have shy people, it will be easier for them to ask the question. Bruno, would you agree to share with us the presentation so that I can share it with participants? Yes. Or is it better for them to do it through the replay?
Okay, I can share the presentation,